D'Amico's talked about this, the swarm mindset, that whole mentality. So that's going to be pervasive throughout the organization.
25 lighters on the dresser, bad bitch Vanessa, yes or no key, just press it, my lane is reckless, or strong, they can feel the presence, wheel and deal, they can feel the pressure, fashion over bay like the dresser, got some issues, I wouldn't press it, y'all crash dummy shit, don't press it.
What up, Houston? We're back, Bayou City Boys. Caleb's traveling around New Mexico or Texas somewhere right now, I don't know.
He's on the Aaron Rodgers retreat.
Yeah, he's man. We're just gonna get right into it. You know what? Well, Texans finally making moves.
I love it, bro.
We were wondering what they were gonna do. Free agency officially started, and I guess there's been a handful, 2 handfuls of moves.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, of course, outshine the others. I guess we can. What has been, I guess, the move that you're like, okay, this is a legit.
The move that is the most legit to me is the most shocking one, and it wasn't a signing; it was a trade. The Shaq Mason. Like, I didn't see that coming. You virtually stole him for a 7th round, like a 6-7 swap, and he feels a need. Like, it's definitely an upgrade. He could probably help King and Green. Like, that might be the best player we got so far, in my opinion.
And you look at that O-line, I mean, of course, we had the Lermy Tunsil news of the Chiefs calling, and are they going to trade him? And, I mean, you have him, you have Shaq, you have your boy.
Fucking Titus Howard.
Titus Howard, yeah.
I'll say this, though. There's a really good chance that he can redeem himself to me with Shaq Mason next to him. I really feel that way. Yeah. So now we just got to find a center. But to prove... Like, we've been talking about paying for O-linemen forever. And if you think about what the rest of the AFC South did, like freaking the Colts did bad last year.
Yeah.
Right? Now they're shopping for a tackle. The Titans let go of 3 starters. Lawan's gone. Ben Jones is gone. Nate Davis is gone. He went to Chicago, which I really wanted him, and I was mad. And then we got Shaq Mason, and I was like, all right, cool. Jacksonville, they lost Jawan Taylor. He went to Kansas City. So it's like, is it ridiculous to say that the Texans might have the best O-line in the division?
And it's not. I mean, everybody's crowning Jacksonville already as the next year. Tennessee's kind of in limbo where you're getting questions of if they're going to trade their star running back, what are they going to do? And then the Colts seem to be at the bottom with us where, okay, you need a quarterback, but you don't have the luxury of having one of the top 3 picks. So Are you going to trade? Are you going to do something? What are you going to do? And then it's us. And you look at what we have so far in our O-line. And we made the joke of like day one that, they're, what do you say, bargain deals?
Yeah. Bargain shopping.
I mean, you look at some of the names of,
like, we get it. Like, I get it. I'm pissed off that we didn't go get a superstar. But then if you really like sit down and think about it objectively, it's like, is a superstar going to change anything? Nah, not really. Are we in a position to win? Are we 1 or 2 players away? No, not really. So don't commit to money. And then also, like, back to what you just said, like, you'll have a shit ton more money next year. A lot. I mean, we'll have so much more money than anybody else next year. It's not even funny. Mm-hmm. That's when we can re-sign the Tunsils, because if he gets moved, I'm gonna be mad.
At this point,
a year ago, his ass could have gone, but now I don't want you to go nowhere.
Yeah, I feel that. I guess we can look at some of these deals, because I know whenever I was like on the Facebook telling people like this is what happened, people were like, "Oh, well, this guy is," and there's a thing called depth, guys. You need depth.
Yep. Not only is there a thing called depth, I just want to bring something to your attention. Not yours, but theirs. How many people did we cut before the season started that we brought in free agency? Like, you don't have to keep Boone. You don't have to keep Winovich. Like, we're just bringing them in because, like you said, we need depth. So that's not even to say that their ass will play for us when the season starts. So don't stress over it.
It was like the Jimmy Garoppolo thing. If you wanted him here, then I mean, good luck with that, because I didn't want him here. You called it, Case Keenum as a second string quarterback. And when I kept telling people, like, oh, we got Case Keenum. They're like, oh, this is dumb, this and that. And I'm like, you're getting a guy that loves the city. He's from the city. He's a Cougar. He's a veteran. He's a mentor, and he's a known second stringer. He knows his role.
And he played for the Texans.
Yes.
And we wanted him. And there's a real possibility that we can keep his ass until he retires, and then you can end up being a quarterback coach, offensive coordinator. Maybe. I'm such a fan of Case Keenum that, like, I envision a dream for this dumb motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to be around forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I see. Like, 2040 head coach of the Houston Texans, Case Keenum. You know what I mean?
It's like, this is his city. Like, we show love to the people, and it's like, with me, it's like, that is a move that, I mean, we said it like 2 weeks already. We know they're going quarterback. We know
that Case Keenum signing proved it.
We know they're going quarterback. We know that they're getting a young quarterback. Now you have a mentor. Now you have an O-line that can protect them. I mean, they're still got to get the center, but they've been floating around names and everything. You getting receivers. You got Noah Brown. Got Robert Woods.
I love that pickup.
You called it,
but also like just yeah, I did. I'm not gonna say that, but just to prove a point, like on people not realizing how different this is than before. Robert Woods and Noah Brown are notoriously known for being amazing blockers on the line and up the field. So what does that mean? That means that you're no longer just trying to bring names in for a short amount of time. That means you're bringing names in to fit a scheme. Like, we know exactly what we're about to try to do. We're about to try to run the ball to open the pass. So you build that way. And the fact that I could recognize that, I mean, obviously I'm sure the other teams do too, but it's like, we're fucking doing something like a professional football team. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what makes me happy.
Yeah. And that was the biggest key, is like when we got Noah Brown, everybody was like, oh man, he's a terrible, like, he's not the best receiver. And I'm like, yeah, but you look at what he does blocking.
Bro, mark my word right now. This is 3 hours into official free agency. By the 5th game of this season, the entire city of Houston will fucking love Beck. They will love Beck. You mark my words. Mark them.
I got you.
They are gonna love this dude, and what he's gonna be like the use check of our team.
Yeah.
And you know how much I liked him last year when I was talking about him. Y'all like, I don't know who the fuck that guy is, and I was like, just wait.
Yeah.
Like he didn't do shit to prove me right last year, but thank you God for bringing him to my
he played
team.
on the Broncos. There wasn't much that he could do on.
And he was like a second or third stringer. You know what I'm saying?
So,
but still,
tight end, fullback. Yeah. I mean, he's gonna do exactly what you need in this, like you said, this scheme. And
the fact that they did bring him in, sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
That's all I'm saying.
It makes me wonder what they're gonna do with other players. Like, I became a really big fan of Troy Hairston, our fullback. Yeah. So it's like, what are you gonna do with Hairston? Is Beck gonna be the fullback? Because I thought for sure, and it's like, if Beck's not the fullback, he's the tight end. Then what do you do with Tegan Quintoriano? Because I don't want to get rid of that guy, because he's a blocker, and I seen him catch some amazing fucking touchdowns last year. It was only a couple, but he did it.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, Jordan Akins, you got to go. Brevin Jordan, you got to go. I still want to draft the tight end. Like, if you ask me right now what I take with that pick in the second round, I'm going to get a tight end.
Yeah. I mean, and
like, if Dalton Kincaid's there at number 32 or 33, I'm taking him straight up.
I mean, I don't blame you. At this point, people need to forget, you don't just build your team in free agency. You have all these picks.
Look at what you never build in free agency.
You don't. You fill needs and all that stuff, and you build in the draft. It's simple as that. And I get it. You get people like, oh, we should have gone there. We should. Why are you gonna hinder your team you don't even know if you're gonna win the division with these plays? You're getting a lot of people on 1s, 2s deals and all that. Like we said, if they play great, amazing. If they don't, if they like Houston, hey, maybe they sign on again. If they don't, you're giving yourself flexibility when it comes to managing the team, what we've never really had ever, and all that stuff. And then you're looking at like what we said when DeMeco Ryans came to Houston, it was going to change the culture. You're going to start getting those 49er players. You get Jimmy Ward, you get Hassan Ridgeway, like.
Like they're bringing that culture. Like somebody said, somebody proved a point yesterday about Jimmy Ward. It's like, okay, he may be on the decline. He's a little bit older. You know what I'm saying? Like he even lost some of his playing time last year to younger players, but he offers you something that you can't otherwise buy. And what I mean by that is he was with the 49ers his whole career. He played on that team when they were good. He played on that team when they fucking sucked. He played for a bunch of coaches. Like he knows the gambit. So like he's in a position to come in there and he can tell Petrie or Stingley or Christian Harris or these young boys like, hey, like this is not acceptable. Like this is why you suck. So if you change that, then you won't suck no more. You know what I'm saying? Ridgeway's the same. So and Shaq Mason's the same. So like we're paying for mentorship and experience, which we otherwise didn't have, and you're really going to need it if you plan on bringing a shit ton more
youngsters,
rookies in here.
But
I'm also like kind of happy about it because if you think about it, the players that we brought in over the past couple days, you at least signed like 3 or 4 starters. Yeah. Sheldon Rankins starter, Jimmy Ward probably starter, Shaq Mason definitely a starter, Robert Woods definitely a starter. Robert Woods coming almost guarantees the fact that Brandon Cook's ass getting traded.
And then we didn't even talk about yet Sheldon Rankins signing.
Oh, yeah, I love that. Because you have Sheldon Rankins next to Malik Collins, which they're going to clog the middle, which is a weak spot for us. Yeah. And if all else fails, Hassan Ridgeway's there. So, see you, Roy. You know what I mean? And then also it makes me excited because you could take other players like, for instance, Thomas Booker, who played inside on the D-line. He's a little bit smaller. So it's like, I'm okay with trying to put him on the outside because he can hold his containment, which means he could stop the run. So, like, shit like that makes me excited at least.
No, yeah, I wanted to ask you, how do you feel about the Mike Boone signing at running back? I know we had our picks of running backs we wanted.
It's another one of those things where I'll give a fuck about you if you make the active roster on. You know what I mean? Because like I could foresee you not being here. I almost want to say that the fact that you're here also means that we're going to draft a running back somewhere. You know what I mean? Because you're because if we were just going to go pay a running back to come in, which I'm not saying he's trash, but it's like, let's just keep it real. You're not, the likelihood of you turning into Deontay Foreman for us is not very likely. We have a number 1 running back. And we need a change of pace back. So it makes me believe you're going to go get a speed back from somewhere in the draft.
No,